Before I dive into actually starting to teach you how to use Profit Builder, which is what I will be doing in the next class, I first need to teach you a little bit about the template system. Now, ultimately, Profit Builder can really do a lot of stuff. There are a ton of different elements essentially that you can put onto any given web page. And Profit Builder has all of these different little elements and even a lot of special things you may not even be thinking about. They have all this stuff pre-built into the software to make it really easy for you to arrange a website that can pretty much do whatever you want it to. Now the only problem with a system that can do so much is that it can be a little bit confusing trying to figure out how to use it, especially when you're first getting started. The template system, however, simplifies all that for you by giving you all of these pre-built types of pages that you can use. And what I really recommend on doing is finding a template that is available in Profit Builder, or even a template that I have created for you as part of my bonus package. And look for something that is as close to what you're going for as you can find, and then edit the template if need be. Change a couple of things around about it. It's a lot easier to do it that way than it is to create entire pages from scratch using Profit Builder. So start with your template first and then work from there. Once you create a design that you like, then you can save those designs as your own templates. And you can even come here and import and export those templates from one site to another. So once you really get familiar with this system and get a variety of templates created that you really like to use, you can quickly set up new pages on new websites in a fraction of the time that it normally would have taken you. Now, one of the first things that I need to point out about the Profit Builder template system is that when you first install this plugin, it's not going to automatically have every single one of these templates loaded up and ready to go for you. The reason why is because each of these templates can be a decent amount of files and web space size. So, and there's like 100 or 120 of them or something like that. So they don't want to load all of that stuff up on every single website that you might install this on. Instead, they have this templates page where you can come here and load up just the templates that you need for that particular website. So what you want to do is scroll through this page of templates and look for the one that is close to what you want to achieve in terms of the look. If you're not quite sure, or maybe you want to see the rest of the page that you can't see below this little preview, just click on the preview button and it's going to open that entire template in a full page for you. So you can actually scroll through the entire page and quickly see, exactly what it's going to look like. So with that said, it makes it pretty easy to kind of narrow all of these down to figure out the ones that you like and the ones that you don't like, or the ones that might be a possibility in terms of using to achieve a certain design that you want to go for. Another really handy tool is this filter over here. All of the templates are given these tags, and each of the tags kind of represents the type of template that it's really at least intended to be used for. You don't have to use any of these templates for any of the predefined reasons that it says. You don't even have to, this one, for example, this says it's a sales page. I could use this as a thank you page. I could use this as an opt-in page if I wanted to. I could use this as just a content page. What really matters is the content that you put on it and, how you customize the template afterwards. So it really doesn't matter what you start with. However, to minimize the amount of work that you would do on it, if there is something very specific that you're looking for, like if you're looking to create an Amazon affiliate page, you're most likely going to have the most luck starting with either an affiliate or an e-commerce tagged template. That would be the ones that you see here on my screen. Now there are a couple of them here that aren't really appropriate. The three down at the bottom, for example, these aren't necessarily intended for like an Amazon affiliate. These are, you know, other like sales pages and time-sensitive type of offers that you might be promoting. A lot of the ones up top in these top two rows are a lot more along the lines of what you are looking for though. For example, the official rated review e-commerce page. This one is actually a pretty decent page for Amazon products. You've got this little scroll bar of Amazon products at the top that you preload. You've got ratings, product capabilities, product design. These are basically like comparison charts, and you'll populate these tables with various types of information about the product that you want to promote. So you can kind of get a brief idea of what the template is going to look like, again, by just clicking on preview. I showed you the Amazon Rockin' Review e-commerce page before. That is another one. I've actually based my Amazon template off of this one, but kind of toned it down a little bit, made it a little more friendly for the white background images, things of that nature. Another one that looks very similar, but is actually quite different, the Amazon Style e-commerce. The top of this page is the same, but from there, it gets quite different. This one really seems to be more of like a store page, where you might have different categories of products on your website, and you could link up to different pages, different categories through the load more buttons or through the headers at the top, whereas these would link up to individual product pages on your site. However, I do typically go for more of like an informational style approach, and so I don't usually end up using that Amazon style e-commerce page. Or if I was going to use it, I would heavily modify it to where it wasn't quite so like an e-commerce store, because that's not really what the look and the feel that I am trying to go for on my affiliate sites. Other ones, the t-shirt seller, for example. It obviously is not Amazon affiliate related, but there are just a couple of aspects of this page that could be ripped out. Any reference to the t-shirt stuff, maybe the goal progress or the countdown timer and stuff like that. But just picture all these items up at the top here, but geared towards an Amazon product instead. You can have image, you can have even multiple images perhaps showing that product. You have the product title, the price, a description for it, an Amazon affiliate link here, maybe some main features or something about the product. And then from there, instead of doing all this stuff at the bottom of the page, perhaps you would just put in an article, put a chunk of text content here and fill all that in. And that could go as much as you need it to, add 500, 1,000 words of content to this page. And then, you're using Profit Builder to take what would normally be just a plain article with a simple ad or a simple affiliate link, and you're spicing it up. You're making a more professional, appealing looking page, also something that is more likely to draw people to click on things like add to cart, or perhaps to click on your image. You can make a lot of these images into affiliate links. So when you find a template that you're happy with and that you want to use, or at least that you want to start with, and maybe you want to modify it, what you want to do is first install the template. You can see the little install button here, and you can also see some of the ones that I have installed on my particular site. They're marked with a check mark, and they say that they are installed. Click on install for any of the ones that you want to add to your site. And it doesn't take very long. It just sits here and thinks for a couple of minutes, and then it'll tell you that it's installed. Once a template is installed, you can then load that template up inside of a page and start working with it. So you do need to begin here before you can really continue on with the software and building pages and doing other things with it. Now, one final thing that I would like to show you before I conclude this lesson on templates has to do with simply how to use them once you have them installed, how to load these templates up. When you create a brand new page within WordPress and publish that page and then open it up in the Profit Builder Live editor, this is something that I'll walk you through in more detail in the next lesson when we actually learn how to use this software. But after you have created a brand new page and you load up the Profit Builder Live editor, this is what you're going to see for the first time. Load template, load from page, build new page. This is building from scratch. This is copying an existing page on your site, and this is going to be loading one of those templates that we have installed. So just click on Load Template, click on the Load Template tab here, and in the drop-down box, simply find the template that we installed. Now, most of the time, the brand new template, if you just installed it, and maybe you have a lot of things in your list like you see on my list, you'll usually find it down at the bottom. The Smart Cart ClearCut is the one that I actually just loaded up here. So I can easily identify that and just click on the load button, and it's going to automatically put all that stuff into the page. Now, this is not only a page that I can see, but this is also the editor. This is actually where I am going to be making changes. It's a click and edit in place system. And when you make changes, then over here, it automatically reflects those changes on the live page. When you're done with your changes, you just simply save. Now, again, I will be walking you through this editor in a lot more detail in the next lesson. I want to focus more on the templates here though. You have the ability inside of this editor to utilize that template system even more. At any point, you can go over here and click on Save Template, and it will save the entire page you're working on as a Profit Builder template. Then you could actually go over here to Export Template, and you can export that, save it as a file on your computer, and then you can load up that template on other websites of yours that are using Profit Builder. That's what makes this system really wonderful to use. because once you get that design that you're looking for built, you can reproduce it over and over and over again. And whether you're building websites for yourself or building websites for clients, this simply saves you a lot of time and a lot of headache, and yet you get really awesome looking professional sites as a result. And one final thing, if you ever get into a page and maybe say you've loaded up a template that you thought you wanted to use and you start messing with it, or you start, seeing what all is included in that particular template, and maybe you just decide that it's not right, but you still want to use this same page. You don't want to have to go back through the whole process of making a new page. You can just go up here to the folder. This is the load template folder, and just click on the same thing. Just like we did in the beginning when we selected the first template, we can select another one and we can load up a brand new template this way. Now again, just like you see here on my page, this is not adding to the existing page that you are working on. That completely replaced everything that I had on my page with the brand new template. So make sure that you really want to be loading that template if you decide to utilize this particular feature. Otherwise, you can wipe out, everything you were just working on. As you go, I do recommend using the Save Page button a lot. That can actually help to overcome a problem like that. If you had previously saved the page you were working on and you load up a template on accident and you're like, oh no, I just wiped out all my work, do not click on the Save button over here. Just close down the page. It's going to ask you to confirm that you want to leave. Say, yes, I do want to leave. And then nothing that I did loading the template and wiping all that stuff out, none of that would have actually saved and actually gotten rid of my work. So I thought that could potentially be useful to you to help to make sure you don't wipe out a bunch of work that you've done.